Hi everybody, so I will be showing you today on how to use SpinWorks. So the first thing that you'll want to do is get the SpinWorks instructions, which if you go to content here and just scroll until you see the spectroscopy information and you'll see SpinWorks instructions. So make sure that you have this document, it'll help you. But you'll open SpinWorks on a computer, and then you want to type this into the directory box, the file :/, and then so on and so forth. Once you do that, when you're trying to open your file, then you'll be able to actually access your stuff. And make sure that you open the .dx file for your sample, okay? So my screen is going to look a little different than yours, but once you open your appropriate file, you should be able to then get a screen that looks exactly like this. So it'll have something that definitely doesn't look like an NMR, but you'll have this screen. So what we're going to first do is process. Just click process, and then you'll see something like this on your screen. Now you're going to do a baseline correct where you can go over here, and so we're actually going to do interactive phasing. So click phase. You'll get this screen over here where there's going to be a coarse and a fine area up at the top, and then another one on the bottom. So the coarse is going to adjust. It's going to just do main adjustment, and then of course fine is going to do just fine tuning. All right, so we've essentially just adjusted everything just with the top coarse. All right, so that's where I would start, and then you can kind of do anything with the bottom, but see how one side will get adjusted right while the other does not. So you see that as I'm adjusting with the bottom coarse, everything on the left is being adjusted versus everything on the right is not. So just be careful with that. So first, start with the top, and then anything else, go to this second one. All right. So now we'll just apply and exit, and then from here you can actually do. You could then do integration. All right. So what we'll do is zoom. So just click with your left, with the left button on the mouse, to the left and the right, just to zoom. You can click zoom here. You can even press Z on your keyboard. So if I click here, press Z on the keyboard, it then zooms in. Press F, I'll go back to full screen. You can of course press the button up here. So once again, we'll zoom in, press Z, and then there you go. On my spectra, mine's actually an iodo complex, so it has an iodine, it's also aromatic, and it has 2 pyrazoles. So there's actually a methane carbon on here that has just one singlet. So that's of course what I'm looking for when I see this entire spectra, and that's exactly what I see right here. I want a singlet downfield. So there's this guy right here. So what we're going to do is actually integrate it. Okay, so it's integrate. So we press the integrate button, and now see how this is at 1. So that's just the default. Okay, so the integration is always telling you how many protons underneath that peak, okay, that are associated with that peak. So I know that there's, like I said, only one proton. That's the methane carbon proton, all right, between 2 pyrazoles and an aromatic ring. So I'll click there, and now that's at 1, and I'll keep it right there. I also have a couple protons that are part of the pyrazole rings. So here is where I would expect the pyrazoles. So these are doublets. So right there, there's one proton. There's another proton, part of that doublet. Now, if you want to go across back to just to see the other spectra going upfield, just drag this bottom part. All right. So we're going to drag it until we see some more peaks. All right, there's that other one. So do that. So that's 2.57. So we could probably put that at 3, maybe round it to 3. And then this guy right here, here's another singlet actually being integrated to 11.49. We'll probably call that 12. All right. So and that makes sense to me just because looking at my structure, I should see 12 protons that are in this range. And so now, once we're done with integration, we can close. And now we'll go back to the full screen. Let's zoom on this part. There we go. Now we can actually see we have singlet, doublet, doublet, another singlet, and another singlet here. That's part of my structure. So if you have, this is how you would just work up your spectra for NMR. Once you're happy, you can go ahead, just print and then use any printer on campus, and you should be able to just get your NMR that way. If you have any questions, talk to your TA. This completes this tutorial.